Hello everyone, David and Elizabeth here, and today we're going to be upcycling some paper mache pumpkins, getting ready for Halloween. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Are you?
I'm excited. So some of the products that you're going to be seeing here today will be available on Create and Craft, so if you do have any questions about them, just leave them below and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. So should we get into it?
We will do, yeah. So I've got the large one here, you've got a slightly smaller one.
I've got
and
the
what we're going to
smaller
be doing is using a wide variety of bits of Cadence paints, pastes and texture things to sort of upcycle these. So maybe if you've got Halloween decorations at home, stuff that you maybe drag out every year, you can upcycle them and use these products to completely transform them. So it's actually a fun experience to craft with the kids, the grandchildren, to be able to upcycle together and start something new as well. Whether it was something two-dimensional, whether you want to do this as on a card, or whether you want to do three-dimensional home decor, you definitely can do.
Yep, so any decor that you can find in the shops that you think, that doesn't really fit in with the theme that I've got going on this year, we'll change it up and we can do that just with a few paints. So I'm going to be using the smaller one today, and here's an example of a little bit similar I'm going to be doing with this. So this is your traditional pumpkin and you're going to do something a little bit different with more of a contemporary look to it. So let's get into it. What's your first step?
So what I'm going to do actually is I've gone in, you can see already actually, so if I show you the back here, you can see the brown, this is the paper mache of the pumpkin, okay? So what I've done straight away is gone in with the Cadence Rusty Patina, and this is the ecru colour, so it appears like an off-white. And the reason why I've used Rusty Patina for this is it's a brilliant product to work with if you're wanting a bit of texture in there. So giving it a base coat of the white, and then as soon as I start to overlay other colours onto this, the little sort of rusty flakes that are inside the paint will catch any product that goes over the top of it, giving a really nice patina and antiqued effect. So I'm going to open the tin, and then I'll use a flat brush to start applying this paint straight onto the side of the pumpkin in this area here that I've got left.
So I'm going to be doing the same, but I'm going to use a little bit of a different technique. So I'm going to be using the rusty patinas as well. However, I'm going to be using a stippling technique, so pouncing the brush up and down, and then I'm going to be blending the colours into one another. So I'm going to be using yellow, brown and orange, and then I'm going to be adding waxes to it, because like David said, when it's dry we can catch all the waxes and get all that texture on there as well.
I find as well with the rusty patinas, depending on what paint it is you're wanting to use, maybe you've got some structure paste or maybe using an acrylic, when you've got a patina paint like this, you get those little tiny fine crystals, and they really help if you're rubbing waxes over there as well. It really catches the surface. So one really good tip, if you didn't have patinas but you had maybe a structure paste, is give it a base coat of the paste first and go over with the different paint.
That's a really good point, that.
Yeah, so you can get different effects with so many different ones.
Yeah.
But it'd be really nice to hear as well what maybe you like to craft with at Halloween, because I always used to make bunting and little, like the triangles, do the concertina pumpkins and things like that, or maybe paper chains for Halloween.
Oh, I used to love making paper chains, little ghosting paper chains. That was.
I think that comes from school really, because as a child when we were in school, around Halloween time, you always used to make Halloween crafts, whether you're making like tea light holders or whether it be a lantern or something. So it'd be great for you if you leave any comments down below, let us know what you like to craft with, or if you bake for Halloween as well.
Oh, Halloween baking. I love doing little bits of Halloween baking, and then when the trick-or-treaters come, giving in the little bits of bacon.
I thought you said bacon then.
Bacon.
Bacon for Halloween.
What are you dressing up for as Halloween this year, David?
You know, I don't actually know.
Not sure
I do
yet.
really want to do something different, because I've done so many different looks in these past few years, and I want to try something else now. And I think I did a doctor last year. When as a doctor.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's
the
cool.
spooky doctor. What are you thinking of doing? We've got cat ears on today.
Yes, we are in full Halloween mode today. I think this year I'm going to do Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so with like the floral headbands and like your traditional Day of the Dead makeup. So I'm going to do that a little bit different this year, because I want to try doing a bit of the makeup look this year.
So you're going to make like a headband sort of
Yes,
thing?
I'm actually going to be using the Fleurs dyes to make the headband.
Yeah. I think I know exactly which one you mean.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to make that and try it on. So I can't wait for that.
So what I've done here is I've actually started to dip into this paint, which is the Dora Hybrid acrylic, this one here. So this is beautiful paint, and what this is, it comes in a really big size tub as well actually. You're getting a lot for this one, you get 90 mils. But what I'm doing is painting the stalk in the silver. So whereas Elizabeth's gone for this sort of traditional orange burnt amber tones, which I think is so beautiful, it'd be really nice to contrast with that and do something that will still complement it, but have a completely different look. So I'm going to go whites, blacks, silvers, and I think my inspiration from this came from last year actually. Of course, we couldn't really celebrate much for Halloween last year.
No.
But the shop still did have some stuff in it, and there was this pumpkin, and it was really expensive, and I couldn't afford it, and it was ceramic, and it was huge. And it was all sort of distressed ceramic, and it had all black in all the indentations of the pumpkin grooves. And I thought, you know what, if I could get something that's affordable like this and transform it, then I could recreate that at home. So fingers crossed this is the look we're going to achieve today.
Yeah, I think you can do it. It's looking good already. I even like the white and the silver just like that.
It is nice, isn't it? And the thing is with this paint, if you ever wanted to paint your paper mache items that you're getting, if you're using your hybrids, of course, they will adhere to that. You don't have to prime the surfaces. But if you do apply varnishes to them after you've completely finished, whether you put different mediums on there, you could put these maybe on your front doorstep, and they're going to be sealed, and you could almost make them waterproof, really, if you've got the correct varnishes on there. So great for inside and outside. So how are you getting on? Oh, that's looking lovely.
It's nice. The colours with the rusty patina are blending really well, so it's just all about building up the layers, building up the colours, and you can just build up how much you want to add of the rusty patina, how intense you'd like the colour, and you can either use a buffing motion, so the buffing motion will blend your colours so it's got that seamless ombre look to it, or you can add a stippling motion, which is going to give you a little bit more texture. So I'm using both, so we've got that really rustic texture look on there.
You know the colours that you've chosen to use, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
They remind me of, and it is actually my favourite time of the year, because everyone loves summer, everyone likes when it's nice and warm and you can sit in the garden, but when the leaves start to fall and you get those sort of burnt amber tones and you're getting all of the yellows and the mixture of leaves as they're coming out from the trees,
it's like my favourite time.
Yeah, and you get out your favourite winter coat. I think, actually, it was 2 days ago, a couple of days ago, I got my coat out and that nip started in the air, and the air smells different.
Yeah.
And it's really crisp and fresh, and you start bringing your flask of coffee with you to work, and it's just really cosy. But that's what that reminds me of, that sort of warmth of the first bits of autumn. But this year has gone so fast.
I think it's gone really fast this year. I think.
What's everyone else's favourite parts of the year, or favourite bits about autumn? That'd be interesting to know.
I think mine's got to be like you say, going on the walks, hot chocolates.
Yeah.
And just like getting into full Halloween and that full sort of mood.
Definitely. Right, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to give it a quick little blast with the hairdryer, okay? So I shan't be a second. Okay, so all I've done there is, with your hybrid doors, they will dry within a space of about 5 to 10 minutes, but all I've done is sped that up for the video because I don't want to smudge any of my paint. You can see there, it's almost like tin foil. The light is just bouncing off that paint, and that's because in that paint you do have crushed metal flakes, and what they're doing is reacting with the light, and as you paint those on, you're sort of brushing them and sort of burnishing them to the surface, and that's what gives you that beautiful foiled finish. So it applies to any surface. That's paper mache, and instantly it looks like metal. So an incredible, incredible paint.
So what's your next step?
Do you know what I think I'm going to do? And I thought, which colour should I pick? Which way should I do it? And I've gone with the Cadence Distress Paste. And what I'm actually going to do with this one is I'm going to pop it. You see here the pumpkin. This is quite a tall pumpkin. Okay, so in all of the grooves that go in between all the ridges of this sort of body of the pumpkin, I want to sort of put them in down grooves and blend it out. So it.
That's a bit similar to what I'm doing, actually.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to be using the brown distress paste. Going to keep him with that autumnal look.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, David, do I put gold foil on it?
That would look really nice.
At the top, and then like spread it down.
Yes.
Shall I try?
I think you will love a bit of gold foiling.
I do love a bit of gold foiling.
You did a couple of samples not too long back with foiling on, and they look beautiful.
Yes.
So I think if anyone's going to do foiling,
let's just do it.
Yeah. I'm going to dry off this brush. With all of the Cadence products as well that we're using today, they are all water-based and non-toxic, so they're safe for the family to use, whether it's yourself using them, the grandkids, whoever. They're drain safe as well. Any that you don't use, pop them back in the pot, because they're water-based, they're not going to separate, they're going to sort of bang together. But have a look on the website as well, because there's tons of other things from Cadence that are on the website, whether it's acrylics, waxes, sprays, anything like that. So do check it out, because there's multiple colours and variations of everything that we're using today. So I think I'm going to take some of that paste and take a bit off onto my surface, my mat down here. Let's see how this goes.
So what I've decided to do is just give it a little bit of a base coat with the Dora Hybrid, just so any of the foils in that doesn't stick where necessarily where I need it to stick. It's going to have the gold underneath already, so that's primed and prepped. And then all I'm going to do on this bit where the highlight would catch the pumpkin, I'm just going to add a little bit of the gold and just bring it down like so. So David, we've got the ultimate question. What is your favourite Halloween film?
That's really hard actually, because
I watch so much at Halloween.
see, my partner, he's not a big fan of scary films.
Oh.
I know, and I always like, oh, let's go see a scary film, let's go see a scary
I
film.
was like, no.
But Halloween's an exception, and he allows it. So I always love to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, which is pretty spooky. And I do like the traditionals. I do love Halloween, even though they're
there's
those
a new one
predictable
coming out,
horrors.
actually.
There is a new one coming out. I love those. But yeah, what's everyone else's favourite? What's yours?
I'd probably say Halloween, you know. I want to go and watch.
Really?
Yeah, it absolutely terrifies me. And I find it really scary, but that's the whole point. But yeah, I really want to go and watch it in the cinema. Maybe we'll have to go together.
We'll go see
If
it.
Luke doesn't want to go,
if we're brave enough. I'm one of those though that goes to cinema and I'm like, come on, let's go watch a scary film. And then I sit there like this the entire time with my fingers.
Absolutely petrified.
Yeah, and then Luke's like, you've not even watched half of it. It's got your hand in front of your face.
That's exactly like me. I'm like, I need a jacket to cover up my face.
But I think that just goes with watching horror films. But
yeah, you just get used to it.
I think, do you know what? I think the older Halloween films, like the older the film is, the scarier they are, because
Yeah,
they
I feel
seem
like
a little
they've
bit
toned
more.
down a lot more.
Yeah, they definitely freak me out, because some more modern films these days are very predictable. But yeah, the older the better, I think, with some of the films. So what's everyone else's favourites or favourite thing to watch? Whether it like some people at Christmas. I mean, we always watched Wizard of Oz at Christmas. It was just something that we always did. Yeah, as a family, we
it's
always
a bit
watched
different.
it. So some people, I think it was because it was always on TV.
Yeah, possibly.
So it might not be that it's a Halloween program you watch, but it might just be something
like
you always
traditions,
watch.
like family traditions.
Yeah.
Hairdryer. Right, I'm just going to be 2 seconds just drying off the gold with the hairdryer. Right, now I'm going to make a big mess and tell me if I go to put the hairdryer on again, tell me off because I've got foiling flakes out.
Oh no, it'll be a blizzard. You know, like those orange leaves that fall from the trees and blow all over the road.
We're gonna have
that here at the iHub.
So to pop the foiling flakes on, I'm using the Cadence Mix and Relief paste, and I'm going to apply just a tiny bit. I've had a little bit of a spillage, so a lot's come out, but I'll pop that back into the bottle at the end. But with this, you just need a really light tack with it. Don't apply too much because then the foiling flakes won't stick. So apply it on. I think with the glue, it's best to be majority tacky. What do you think? How do you apply your foiling flakes?
Well, you do foiling much more than me. I mean, I still am learning with foiling, because some people, I mean, it's one of those things where you see it and you instantly want to be able to do it, and it's actually really easy. But getting the technique down is the most important part. So I think for me, when I've done it previously, is I've applied the glue, and I've sort of allowed it to sort of air dry ever so slightly, so it's just going off. So some glues have like a 5-minute drying time. I'd probably leave it about 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, and then go straight in with the flakes. But with that one in particular, you can leave it not even that.
Yeah, it does go off really quick, and it sounds daft, but the more it goes off, the better it sticks. So the more it dries, but it's down to however you find your technique and what way it's best for you.
Yeah, because I've seen some people as well using spray glues with foil flakes.
Really?
So they use a spray, it's a much bigger surface. But there's loads of different techniques, but I find that particular glue, which one's that, the Cadence one?
Yeah, this is the Cadence Mix and Relief one.
That one works really well with those flakes, which I would tend to stick with. But whatever works best for you, really. I've kept on going around with this one, so you can see here what I'm doing is I'm sort of going into all of. So I'm spinning around to the area I've not even done. So we've got all of that, and I'm just sort of adding all of that texture and depth, so we're really starting to see it all pop, and then what I'm going to do is brush over it all afterwards, to sort of grunge it all up a little bit. But I'm quite happy with how it's turning out so far. I think I could probably be a little bit more confident with the black. I was just being a little bit cautious as I was applying it, but the thing is, what I always need to remember with Cadence, you can just paint straight over it. If you didn't like it, and you weren't happy with the outcome, just paint straight
I
over
think
it.
that's looking really nice though.
You think?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think the
thank
more
you.
more black you're adding is adding more shading.
Yeah, so if I go a little bit darker.
Mhm.
Oh god, I've gone really black now. Oh, I've put too
Show
much
me.
on.
Oh no. Blend it
See,
in,
it was
blend it
going
in.
so well. Do you know, yeah, I'm going to blend it in. Well, actually, yeah, I quite like that. So it's a bit dark now.
I think in some areas where it's a bit darker, I think it works.
And, I mean, no pumpkins are perfect. I actually went to the supermarket the other day and they've got pumpkins in.
And they've got pumpkins in.
And some of them were the funniest shapes I've ever seen in my life. There was some that were almost like a cube. And then there was some that looked like they'd been kicked across a football pitch. But I kind of like the quirky ones. I think they look nice
Yeah,
when they're up.
so
Like you
do
can
I.
buy vegetables now, can't you? The wonky vegetables.
Mm.
It's a bit like that, the quirky pumpkins.
I really want to take my little nephew to actually go and pick his own pumpkins and like
That's
go to.
something
I've never done
wanted
it,
to do.
and I see everyone doing it, and I've never done it. But I'm making it a rule this year. I'm going.
Has anyone else ever been pumpkin picking? If you have,
Yes.
tell us where to go. Tell us the best
I
place.
need some recommendations.
Yeah, because I would love to do it.
Taking the little wheelbarrow. I love it.
So I'm sort of gliding my brush now over the surface of this, okay, and all I'm literally doing is catching all of the surface, trying to add a bit more texture to it, so it's really starting to look aged and weathered, and a bit sort of, not your typical pumpkin, but one that you might look quite nicely with your home decor that you've already got. So I'm just going to quickly go around the top of this,
Right.
and then start to add the deeper black in those really sort of areas where the light wouldn't be catching areas of the pumpkin, so I know that it looks as realistic as possible.
Right. I've tried not to make too much of a mess.
You've tried.
I've tried. I've
That means you
really tried.
have.
It's gone a bit chaotic, but it's fine. So we'll move the glue.
You can never be messy with craft, that's just craft. Oh my word.
Don't look. Don't look.
Looks like a glitter party. My word. It looks like it'd be nice to eat that.
I know. I feel like it's got all over my face. But... So what I've done is I've pushed all the flakes into the glue and I've just let it go off. And all I've done is just keep pressing it in, and I'm going to wait just a few seconds just so the foiling flakes are really stuck and adhered to that first layer of glue. Then all I'm going to do is just take a dry stubble brush so there's absolutely no product on these whatsoever, and I'm just going to go into it and buff it off. So this is going to stay on all the areas that I've popped the glue. And I'm sorry, David, but you might look like you've been in the tin of celebrations after this.
Oh, well, do you know what? That's fine. I'm happy with that. But no word of a lie, I was using glitter for about 5 minutes the other day here, and I got in the
Did you
shower
get covered?
I got in the shower when I got home, and let's just say the shower was full of glitter. I don't know how, it must like fly in the air.
I think that's a rule when you
clothes.
work. When you work in craft or even just at the Innovation Hub, you go home covered in glitter,
You walk past the glitter
paint.
tray and you instantly look like a Christmas decoration. I don't know how it happens, but we all love a bit of glitter. I'm actually really loving this. I want to take this home.
I feel like I need to order like 10 more just so I can do different
Do you know
variations.
how nice would that look? A full set of these, so that all stacked together with maybe like a bit of straw from a pet shop wedged in
yeah.
between them all, some lights, some leaves as well. You could make a really nice scene at your front door with these. For maybe if someone's coming for trick or treating. Are you taking the grandkids trick or treating this year? That's another question.
Oh, how cute.
We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? When we
When we
last went
last
trick or
went-
treating.
I think I actually dressed up as a cat the last time I went trick or treating, and I probably
Is that where
wore...
these are from then?
I think this is where these ears are
These
from.
these are Elizabeth's, by the way.
Yes,
She lent me
I have
these.
supplied the ears. Right, we're going in with the gold glitter, and I'm just going to go straight in. I'm going to apply it with a stipple brush and just add a little bit more glitter, building up on that Halloween sparkle. And I'm just going to apply it again to the tops where the light would catch. How's yours getting on, David?
I'd like to say, well, I think it's going okay. I feel like with this one, it'd be like a nice centerpiece. So you can see as I'm going round, I'm literally just dragging the paintbrush. But I'm happy with it. I do like the white and the sort of monochrome effect. I think it'd look nice with some like skeletons and some other stuff to complement it. But it's definitely the showstopper in the middle of the selection of pumpkins because it's so tall. But yeah, I'm happy with this. And do you know one really good thing about these pumpkins is they're so lightweight. They're huge, but they're literally as light as a feather.
They're
So you
really
could,
lightweight.
Yeah, so I mean, if you were to make them and decorate them for a friend, they're going to be pretty cheap to post because they're so lightweight. So there's lots of advantages with these.
This is something that the kids would love to do as well. I feel like my little nephew would absolutely adore doing this.
Definitely, and just so affordable. So I don't think I could ever stop with this. I could just keep on going, to be honest. But I think
we'll be here all day if we
at some point.
We do that. I'm doing your technique and just adding a little bit of shading.
Oh yeah.
I'm stealing your ideas. Yeah. So I'm using the distress paste, but I'm just adding a tiny bit of water to mine. I'm using the brown distress paste, just so it ties in with that autumnal theme that we've got going on, and then just blending it out. You can even use your finger as well, just to ombre it out a little bit more. It's just catching on all the rusty patina, so we're getting all that texture that we applied down first. And with these pumpkins, it's just about building up your layers, building up the Cadence products, and knowing that if you're not happy with it, the Cadence products have got such good coverage, you can just cover it up, start again, and we'll just start from the beginning.
I think that's the one thing with this, is that a lot of people see us getting the paints out, they see us getting the paste and the products and the brushes and the water and the tissue, and everyone thinks, oh, is that a bit messy? But the thing is, if you do something, I would never even treat it as a mistake, I'd just treat it as, well, that was nice, but I want a different colour, so paint over it. And that's the one thing,
if it's a mistake, we learn from it and we just move on. And
definitely.
It's just about a big learning experience. And you just have fun, and as long as you're enjoying it, there's nothing's wrong.
It's also actually quite fun to do something different because I absolutely love making things for seasons. When it comes to Christmas, I love crafting for Christmas. I love making decorations, making cards, gifts for people. Mm-hmm. It's really fun to be able to, because it's one of them, like, as you're making it, you're thinking, oh, I can't wait for them to see this. I can't wait for them to
I do love Christmas crafts.
Yeah. And this is the sort of feeling I'm getting with this. Exciting, thinking, where could I put it? Where could I display it? It looked really nice actually in the window.
You also look nice in the middle of a table as well. You know, if you did like a Halloween like treats.
Yeah, if you put some food out, if you're having some friends and family over.
Do you eat pumpkin soup at Halloween?
Pumpkin soup?
I've never actually had it.
No, I haven't. Do you know, I always think as well when we're carving pumpkins at home.
Oh, I'll save that.
It's a waste because there's all that comes out of it. And I've never tried it.
Maybe that's something we need to try.
That's this year's. We need to get to the shop, get some pumpkins.
I've not actually seen the pumpkins in the shop yet.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Oh, we need to get on the hunt. I think they'll all go quick this year.
Yeah, I think everyone's desperate.
You do. So my last finishing touch for this one is I've got some of the Cadence Finger Wax. Okay, so this is the silver. So if I bring it here, you can see inside that pot, it's almost like a velvety, creamy wax, and this spreads beautifully over any surface that you wish to apply it to, which is the beauty of this one because it's so versatile. And what I'm going to do is take a stipple brush, and I'm going to work my stipple brush here. You can just see what I'm doing is actually working the stipple brush onto the surface here and making sort of a palette with this. And then I'm going to get the pumpkin on his side and start to just add the wax. And what this will do is in certain areas and certain lights, it will catch the sparkle from the wax, which will just add a little bit of extra sort of spookiness. But I just think it looks really nice and it complements the stalk as well. So we've got the silver sort of following through.
So it's just tying it all together?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, what do you think? Do you think I need anything else on mine?
Let's have a look. Oh, that looks beautiful. Do you know what? I actually can't believe the transformation. It's every single time we use the products, I think you always get that amazing feeling when you see it. But that looks beautiful. That looks so nice.
Thank you. So we're going to put them all together. We've got a small, medium, large.
I'm just going to put this last bit of wax on here.
Right, brushes in water.
Brushes in water.
First protocol.
Most important bit, and pop your lids back on your products because that's the best way to keep them safe as well. So, do you want to pop mine with yours?
Yes. You might get a little bit of a bit of sparkle.
We've got a full set.
There we go.
Oh, how cute do they look? So that's something, if you... I don't know why I'm moving, that's not even covering it. They look so lovely. And the thing is as well, if you've got MDF products at home, maybe you've got door signs, maybe you've got cut cardboard cutouts, anything that you want to use, or even big die cuts or stencils, anything you want to craft with. Hopefully this has given you just a little bit of inspiration and makes you want to do some crafting for Halloween, because I know exactly now
I know, I've had so many ideas flying into my head now. So,
yeah.
Yes.
But thank you everyone for joining. Any questions, please do pop them down on the video, because we'll be sure to answer those, or we'll be able to get the answers for you as soon as we can do.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely Halloween. Thank you.
Thank you.